Welcome back to Coaching with Kori. I have a great topic for you today. It's a topic that I cover with my clients when we are getting close to the middle of their sessions. So I just wanted to share this with you. It's a little vignette, as I promised you I would do, and it's called Roots to Fruit. Stephen and I talk about these sometimes when we're at a conference or we're working with a group of people. But roots to fruit is important in your life. And you guys know I love to garden. I love to be out there and creating and growing new and yummy foods and vegetables, fruits and vegetables. But I wanted to share with you the roots and fruit of your life, of who you are. You are a root to fruit. What does that mean? That means the seeds that you plant within you create roots. And those roots create blooms, and they can be good fruit or bad fruit. So that's something I like for my clients, and I'd like for you to think about what are my roots producing? Where are my roots going? So how are your roots created? Number one, how are your roots created? Where are you planting yourself to establish those roots? Where are you planting yourself? What are you planting yourself around? Where are you planting yourself in life? And when are you planting yourself in situations? And another one is, how are you planting yourself? So think about that, planting myself. What do you mean, Kori? Well, think about the seeds that you take in life. That is your nutrition, that is your mental health, that is your physical health, that's your spiritual health. Those are seeds, and you're growing those seeds every day, with sometimes not even realizing it, and hopefully you're being more conscious of it. Because when you're conscious of it, again, when you're resting, your subconscious will feed those good things that you're putting in. So who are you surrounding yourself with? Who are you planting yourself around? What are you planting yourself around? Is it good? Is it profitable? Is it edifying? Is it something that will sustain you? Where are you planting yourself? Are you in places that you shouldn't be? Are you in places that you love to be and you find you're getting nutrition from those places? When are you planting yourself? What time of day? Or are you in a certain mood or in a certain mental state that you're planting yourself and establishing those roots? And how are you planting and establishing those roots? What are you doing? How are you planting yourself to establish those roots? Are you reading? Are you listening? Are you watching? Are you speaking? How are you establishing those roots? So remember, roots go down, right? Roots grow downward. So your roots are to stabilize you. The things that are deep and down are private. They're deep and what society never sees. So those roots are deep and grounding you, and it's the private you. It's not the public you that everybody sees, it's the private you. It's not the public you, it's the private you. And those roots are grown deeply. It's what you do with those roots. Don't rush the process. It takes time. And if you are a gardener like me, you understand that it takes time. But you want to have deep, established roots, deep in what society never sees, because you know what society does see? They see the outcome of those roots. It's just like an athlete. You'll see them win a gold medal, or you'll see them win a prize, or you'll see them win a game. You don't see the deepness of their workouts and all the things that they have to go through, the pains and the injuries and their mental health. Nobody sees it. They just see the reward. Well, in society's never going to see your deepness, because it's who you are. It's how you're creating yourself, how you're planting yourself, how you're feeding yourself. But those are things that you have to take care of. Because society doesn't care, okay? They don't care. They just want to see the outcome. So don't rush the process. Just make sure you're doing things that will be beneficial to those roots. And also remember to nurture your roots. How do you nurture your roots? We'll talk about that a little bit. But remember that nurturing your roots comes over time, and time is powerful. You want to take time to establish and nurture those roots. 90 days, I always say 90 days and you'll start seeing some growth. If you're planting a seed, usually it's 45 to 90 days and you'll start seeing some green come up out of the ground. And sometimes you might even see a little bend in the stem. That's the beginning, and you have to celebrate that. But it's also the beginning of growing deeper and deeper, right? So how do your roots grow? What are you nurturing your soil with? So what is your soil? Your soil are the things that come into your life that feed on those roots. Okay, so how are you nurturing that soil? Again, like I said before, who are you around? What are you saying, and what are they saying to you? And where are you going? When do you nurture your roots? How often? Is it every morning? Is it throughout the day? And also, how are you making sure that your roots stay nurtured? And how are you making sure that all the toxins stay out of those roots, out of that soil? You want to nurture your soil so that your roots are healthy and strong and grow sustainably. You want to sustain, because what's that root going to create? When I said it comes up, that soil is nurturing the fruit or the food that is shown. So roots to fruit, as I said, what is the fruit that is shown? Does your fruit taste good? Does it smell good? Does it look good? So what does it look like? What is your fruit showing of yourself? And that's what people see. People see the fruit. They don't see the roots. They don't see the work it took to get there. So as you're thinking about, what am I doing? How am I creating good tasting fruit? What's that mean, good tasting? Ooh, people like to talk to you. You just taste good to them. You're always edifying, you're uplifting, you're wisdom, you're encouraging. What does it smell like? People love to be around you because you not necessarily smell good, but the things that you say are just so good for them. Have you ever heard somebody say to you, that was such a great conversation? You know, that's part of your fruit, having great conversation. Or in your community, what do you do in your community to give forth, to give out to the community? What does that look like? Does your fruit look good? So that's your fruit coming out of those deep roots that you're nurturing. But it's up to you to decide, what is my fruit going to taste like? What's it going to smell like? And what's it going to look like? Because nobody else can do that but you. So that's just a little bit of your roots to fruit that I cover with our clients. And I hope it's been beneficial to you. Just remember, your fruits are the product of your roots. Remember that, and take time to nurture, tend, and even fertilize and love your fruit and your roots. Because what that establishes in your life is a fulfillment, is a pleasant, an encouragement. It's a reward for you. It really is a true reward to be able to know that what you're putting forth in society is beneficial, and it's beneficial for you. Don't forget, you also get to taste your own fruit and you attract those things that are just like you. So I hope that's helped you today. And until next time, we'll see you on Coaching with Kori.